Welcome back to I Sit It With No Edit, Motivational Mondays. Today I have Ms Donovan with me, and she has some good stuff coming for you. Get your pen and paper, sit back, and let's do this. I'm Ms Donovan. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good. I want to thank you, first of all, for taking the time and being on my podcast and sharing what it is you do. I looked at some of the things that you do and have done previously, and I'm really, really impressed. And I'm glad to have you on so you can share this with everybody. So let's just dive right in. What is it that you do to service people?
So what I am is I'm an educational consultant, and it's my goal to continue to educate teachers, administrators, university leaders. I want everybody to know we got to change this American education system and what we've been doing. It has not been working, okay? Too many of our Black and brown students are being pushed into the school to prison pipeline under President Barack Obama during his tenure. We were able to reduce the number of males, Black males, that were caught up in the school to prison pipeline through his My Brother's Keeper program. But guess what? Then my sisters got caught up, and nobody's out there standing up for our sisters. So right now, African-American females are the largest growing group in the school prison pipeline. So I've seen girls who are just being loud Black girls. You know, we all get a little loud, little rah-rah. And they being handcuffed. They're being thrown to the floor. You've seen the videos.
Yes.
And so Black girls, Georgetown University did a study that came out 2019 that showed that African-American females are adultified, meaning they are viewed as older than they really are, as young as the age of 5. That also happens for Black and brown males. You can have a Black girl who may be 11, but society looks at them, the majority society, they look at them and they're like, oh, she was 15 and she was going to beat up the store clerk. You hear this in these murder cases where our brothers are being shot down by the police. I feared for my life. It was a big man, and it's a 12-year-old boy, little bitty Tamir Rice with a BB gun, you know? So we need to be more mindful of that. And so y'all talking about changing what the police do. Okay, you want the police trained. See, police physically kill bodies, but educators kill spirits and dreams.
Correct.
And so I want to work with them so that we can all get on one accord. There's a better way we can do this.
Yes. Now let me ask, why do you do it? Is the reason why you started this, besides the obvious that it's happening, but is there like a special reason why?
Yeah, for several years, I was the head of a special education department at a high school in a suburb in Maryland. And just the work that I do, I'm an HBCU advocate. I'm a mother of 2 children. I have nieces and nephews, and I see my people being hurt, but there's a better way. And I just think that we can't keep saying it's this person's fault or that person's fault. You know, you have to be the change. And so I'm not going to sit here and try to keep talking to this person and that person. I got 2 hands and I got 2 feet, and I'm about to get up and do something.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. That's perfect. I love it. Now, what you're doing, what makes you different? And so a lot of people out here doing it, but what makes you different?
So what makes me different from most people who are doing this type of training is that I am a teacher. So, and I'm not talking about, like, I'm still behind the desk. I'm still grading papers. I still write lesson plans. So most of the people who come to train teachers and school staff, they are not in that element. They may know something about it, done the research, made a little program. No, honey, I'm in there. I know what it's like today. I know how I feel when they cuss you out and all you said was, good morning. Good morning, Pookie. And Pookie, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, Pookie, not today. So I use that to work with them. So I've been teaching at Oakland University in Michigan virtually. And it is a predominantly white institution. And here I am with my little social justice soapbox, and I'm teaching them how to work with these Black and brown kids, you know, and I was shocked. I was like, how many of you guys have seen Black Panther or The Help or this? They saw The Help and they loved that movie because, you know, it was the white savior complex. But they ain't seen Black Panther. Now, y'all done heard everybody talking about how bomb diggity this movie. So my point to that is, even if you haven't lived the Black experience, if you don't embrace yourself into Black life through media,
Culture, yep.
through arts and culture, music, how can you understand your Black and brown students?
We'll never
You
learn.
see,
You're right.
right. When I work with Orthodox Jewish students, I had to do research on their culture to understand them. So when I did the pizza party, I became a little more aware. You know what? I have 7 kids that cannot eat this Domino's pizza.
Right.
Let me go and order some kosher pizza to them, because that
I
is
love
so,
it.
I wanted to respect their culture. And so we just want somebody to do the same for us. That's all.
Yo, I love it. And that's really the key too, is starting with the children, to educate and changing their mind, because they're going to be the future. They're going to be the next cops, the next judge, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're the next ones. So if we can get the education, showing our history, and allowing the kids to make the decision versus the parents putting that negative information into their heads about, that's I love that. I love it. Now, is there any advice or tips you want to give to anybody? Maybe somebody that wants to reach out to you to work with you, somebody that wants your services, anything. Is there anything you would like to share?
I'd like to share that I just want everybody to have an open mind. So we called it move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. I used to, I was born and raised in the Baptist church, and I was raised that, homosexuality is wrong and something wrong with those people. But then I had students that I work with every day and I love, and they were homosexuals. So I was like, I love these people and I see some good things in them. So somewhere my views are conflicted. And so I had to learn to move from tolerance to tolerating them, to transform to loving them. And so I want everybody to move from tolerance to transformation. That's what we're trying to do here. And if anybody's trying to reach me, you can reach me on Facebook, Alchemy Consulting Group. You can reach me on Instagram, same thing, Twitter. And you can also reach me on my website, which is www.alchemyconsultinggroup.org.
And as y'all always know, it's going to be in the description. So all that will be right there for y'all. I'm very thankful you took the time to come out on the podcast to share what it is you do. Before we end this, is there anything else you would like to share with us? You want to get out? You want to stay?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, Queen Bee, for having me, and doing what you do as well. It takes all of us. Just imagine we're like ants. If we all do our little collective part, we come together, we about to change this world.
Hello. I love it. I thank you again so much for being on. And as always, I thank my guests for y'all tuning in. And as always, I said it with no edit.